All right, welcome back. So hopefully you had some success building out a hash table in Rust with HashMap. If you got the solution, fantastic work. And if you got stuck, well, let's unstuckify you. I'm sure that's a word. Together. Now, okay, so what we want to do is create a new HashMap instance. Bar drinks. Now, I already have the used standard collection HashMap, so if you were starting from scratch, you would have had to bring it in. That's the first thing. But I already have that, so I'm not going to do it again. And I don't think this is going to affect anything in our main code because we're writing new things. So this part here, this bar drinks hash map that's going to have 3 new key pair values, very similar to this. Right? We had 2 values here. Well, we had 3, but we commented 1 out. But it's going to be similar, right? We want to make a modifiable hash map account here. So we're going to say let mut variable will be called bar drinks equals the hash map. It's going to be new. And bar drinks is going to have these key pair values. So we know that bar drinks we want to insert because we've done that before. So we've got vodka, and we can do this 3 times. Oops, vodka. Is that how you spell vodka? I don't even know. No, there's no H, right? I don't know. But I think it's how you spell it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to do this 3 times. 2, 3. Oop, there you go. And like that. So we got vodka, we've got beer, and whiskey. So these are the keys. Now what about the values? Well, for the values, let's add our commas. We're saying that it should be set up so that vodka and whiskey should show that there's some left. That's a Boolean. Now, these are key pair values. So vodka could actually just be set then to true. And what's the other one? And whiskey would be set up to true because we're saying that whiskey and vodka should have some left, whereas we're all out of beer. So beer can be false. And it's a key pair value, remember. This is the key, and then what is the value of vodka? True. So yes, this could be a different data type, right? All right, so that's the first part of it. What about the second part? Well, we want to remove whiskey from the local table. So we're using these inserts to insert them. What about to remove? Well, if we want to remove, all we have to do is bardrinks.remove, right? Because if we scroll up, we see that we have remove over here. And remember, when we see how to use it with insert, because we're adding new things, we have to be aware of the fact that we're referencing. We're referencing the points. So we want to remove, we're going to have to say remove, and then select what we want to remove, which is whiskey. Let's actually print, right? So I can actually just copy this part here. We can print ln the size of the bar drinks map, to be specific. This could be the size of the account info map. And we're going to switch this to bar drinks. And how many should we have? Well, we should have 2, right? Because we had 3 and we removed 1 dynamically. So let's go ahead and run this code. I'm getting an error. So let me see what my error is. Oh, and I see that I'm missing a comma. So I made a little syntax mistake over here. Boop. Okay, so we're going to put the comma back in and run the code again. And if I scroll down, we now see the size of account info map is 2, and the size of the bar drinks map is now 2 as well. And that should make sense, right? That should make sense because we removed 1. If I were to copy this println before we run the remove code, and we can say the size of the bar drinks map before we remove 1 kV, and here we can say this is afterwards, so we could say the size of the bar drinks map after we remove 1 kV. And if we run this now, let's go ahead and give it the old run, we're going to see the size of the bar drinks map before is going to be 3, and the size of the bar drinks map after is 2. Okay? And there you go, that's the solution. And of course you didn't have to print it out, but if you did, that was smart of you to actually see that it's working. So this is how hash mapping works, and hopefully you see the value and importance that can be extrapolated from this. Go ahead and take some time with it on your own. I'd suggest to play around with some of these other methods that are associated with the structures here. Now, I'm not going to go through every single method that exists because you have a life, you know. But what you should get out of this is the understanding on what the key values are, No pun intended there. And then, of course, how to extrapolate it, because conceptually it's clear, and you have definitive examples. And you should be testing stuff out on your own, going through the exercises hands-on. Okay, very good. Stop here. Excellent work. I just want to say, right on, dude, dudette, non-binary, whatever you may be, whoever you may be, whatever you may be, for just making it to this point. I'm very proud of you. I'm sending you a high five, and yeah, rock on, like this is great. Thank you for putting your time learning with me. I do appreciate that. And we've got more to cover, so I'm not going to get too sentimental, but I just wanted to stop and say, hey, thanks. I hope that you've been gaining real value from these lessons. I'll be here paused in some kind of strange frozen multiverse, but you can always unpause me and meet me later. Okay. All right, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.